What's up, guys, girls, and all the football fans out there? Big day of football today, NFL, and the 4:30 games look like they may have a little bit of drama. I think more in the AFC than the NFC. NFC is pretty clear. Dallas has got to win, but if Philadelphia wins, Dallas is going home anyway, they're going to stay home. And Jason Garrett's going to lose his job. If Philadelphia loses and the Dallas Cowboys win, Cowboys will win, and they'll be hosting what's going on, Dave Little. They'll be hosting either the 49ers or the Seahawks. So Cowboys and Eagles, all you fans of Cowboys and Eagles, look what you're rooting for. You're rooting for a win so you can either host the Seahawks or the 49ers. So be careful what you wish for. You may just get it. So let's look at this AFC picture for a second, guys. The Baltimore Ravens benched 7 of their guys today. Quarterback Lamar Jackson and a couple of their receivers, a couple of their linemen, and they've already put 3 on the board. They've got 3 up against the Steelers. And the Steelers, they're by no means going to put up 10, 15 points against this Ravens defense. Houston, just a matter of 5 seconds ago, puts a touchdown up on Tennessee. All right, who does that affect? Well, any of you silver and black fans out there, Raiders fans, Raiders are playing Denver right now. They've got the ball down to Denver 20, and if they can beat Denver, along with a Colts win, which the Colts will beat in Jacksonville, along with the Houston win, Houston's winning, and along with a Baltimore win is winning. All Oakland has to do now is get their lead. They would be the 6th seed, and they would get to visit New England next week. How about that? Oakland at New England. Anybody remember that 15 years ago? Think about that one. Oakland at New England. That's one that wasn't received too well by the silver and black community, if you can remember that. Dallas, they got a 4th and 1 at 27 of Washington. Looks like they're probably going to kick a field goal. We'll see what's going to happen there. But Dak Prescott already, see, what is he thrown for? Only 11 yards. Not anything to write home about yet. But Houston, like I say, they set down their quarterback today as well. A.J. McCarron, the former Alabama Crimson Tide quarterbacking for Houston today, and they've already got themselves 7 points. They're up 7-0 on Tennessee. The Giants driving the ball on Philadelphia now. They've got the ball out to their 40, and they could have something going on here in just a second as well. Rams and Cardinals purely playing for draft position. Rams up 3-0. Got to be a big letdown season for LA after making the Super Bowl last year. Golf has regressed big time, and maybe the biggest regression of any quarterback in the NFL. There's a couple of them out there that have regressed. If you want to look at Prescott and you want to also look at Wentz, they've regressed a lot too over the last 12 months. But some real big performances earlier in the day. Miami beats New England in New England. Tom Brady has to play next week, whether it's against the Titans, Steelers, or the Raiders. I would think if you want to play any of those teams, Uh, yes. Um, that's to me a no-brainer pick. Um, they got to take Joe Burrow. They got to take a quarterback. Andy Dalton's, you know, give him the, give him the arrow. We got an injury on the field in Dallas right now. Washington defensive back, maybe a linebacker just got hurt, and they're actually carting him off the field. So that's not a good sign. Anything, but I think Joe Burrow is clearly clearing the way number one pick for Cincinnati now. If Washington, who is getting number two pick, if they were getting the number one pick overall, I would go a different route. I would go with the kid in Ohio State. But being in Cincinnati, they're going to get a lot of pressure from people to say, well, let's take the Ohio State guy. They need to take a quarterback. They got to take a quarterback. They've got to. Cincinnati has been a laughing stock of the league for 15 years. A lot of the reasons because of Marvin Lewis. Marvin Lewis was a joke, and then a lot of it's been the reason of Andy Dalton. He's not much better either. San Diego Chargers. Yeah. Um, and he has no contract next year. He has no contract next year. They made it clear to say it during the broadcast today that Philip Rivers is not under contract for next year. So I think they're getting a hint too. I think they got the hint that he's probably out of Dodge, but can they get TB12? Yeah, it should be interesting. Which I've said for the last 4 weeks, that's where he's going. I still think he's going to San Diego next year. I think Tom Brady heads that way, and I definitely think, I've heard other talk of who may end up in New England, but they may go with a young kid. They may even do a rebuild. We'll see. But I think Tom Brady ends up in either one of these two places, San Diego or Vegas. But I mean, Los Angeles or Vegas. Chargers. And way to go. Oh, yeah. They played well. They played very well today. Yep. They're just carting this guy for the Redskins off of the field. It does not look good. Probably it looked like maybe a knee. Number 46 is getting carted off the field, and that's a sad type deal there, especially for the Redskins, who were playing for no reason at all today except just to finish it this season. Couple of scores right now. Baltimore 3-0. That's big because if the Steelers lose, along with Tennessee losing, which they're losing right now, 7-6. They just scored a touchdown. Pending an extra point, they'll be tied with Houston. In the case of a tie, Tennessee will make the playoffs if Pittsburgh loses and Oakland loses. In the case of a tie, if Tennessee ties today, let's say they were to, and Oakland wins, Oakland makes the playoffs. So the Raiders are still in this thing big time. The NFC evening games, the only one that's scored yet is the Rams against the Cardinals, which is I don't know exactly why they're playing at 4:30. They should have actually played earlier. I don't care if it is a 10 a.m. game. They should be playing at 1:00. They should not be allowing those guys to play 4:25. Baltimore sat Lamar Jackson today. Houston sat their quarterback as well. Let's see. They've played at 10 o'clock in the day. They've done that before. They've done it a couple times before. They've done it before. They just don't like to do it. They don't like to play 10 a.m.s, but they have played 10 a.m.s in the final weekend of the season. They should have done it today. They really should, because it's 6 games. There's 6 games right now on that really have a bearing on the playoffs. Theirs has none, zero at all. And then tonight's game, big game of the day, 49ers at the Seahawks. They have before. Yes, they have. Um, I'll look it up in a little while for you. But they have played on the final weekend of the season. There have been like 7 10 a.m. games played. Or actually, they played them like maybe started 1:30, which would have been 10:30. But they've done it before on the last weekend of the season. A lot of times they like to turn them up and put them on Saturday games. They would do that either. But the 4:30 games, they trying to make them all worth something and make them do something. But yeah, that's really, that game is nobody cares about, as long as nobody gets hurt, golf or whoever. But we'll see. Cowboys, Redskins, they're running around the field like they have no idea what they're doing today. 0-0 score in that game. Baltimore has the ball at the Pittsburgh 4-yard line. They're about ready to score a touchdown on those guys. Steelers, if they go down 10-0, they're in trouble. Steelers are in trouble. They're down to about their 4th quarterback already. They're in big time trouble. Then you got to look at Tennessee. They're tied 7-7 at Houston. Houston will be getting back J.J. Watt next week for the playoffs. They're expecting him about 70%. And there goes Prescott, 15, all the way down to the 10-yard line. Rams just ran a fake punt. I don't have that game available right here on me. I got these other 6 games right here with me. Colts, they just got the ball back from Jacksonville. Believe it or not, that game does have playoff implications. If Jacksonville wins, the Raiders, even with the Raiders win, Raiders are not in the playoffs. They will not make the playoffs. Tennessee will be in the playoffs. Dallas just made their field goal. They're up 3-0 on Washington. So, really, only games available in L.A. are Rams and Raiders. Wow. So you get to watch both of that. See, both those teams playing. Yeah, they're both playing at home today, right? Oh, no, that's right. Oakland's played their last home game. Now Oakland's heading to Vegas next year. If you've not seen that stadium, it is a beautiful stadium, probably one of the top 5 stadiums out there. It's a beautiful stadium in West Las Vegas. It's west of Vegas, right off of I-15. It's a beautiful stadium. It really is. Raiders are in Denver. Need a parlay. Yeah, they do. And right now, it's working out for them somewhat. Baltimore, they're down 3rd and goal at the 4-yard line of Pittsburgh. If they can push that ball in, Pittsburgh fans, you may as well just cut your TV off. Pittsburgh's not going to come back from a 10-point deficit in the rain in Baltimore. You're not coming back. Tennessee and Houston. Houston's got the ball at Tennessee's 47-yard line right now. It's 2nd and 2, and they're making a game of it. They really are making a game of it. Indianapolis, the only reason they need to win is if you're a Denver fan. I mean, an Oakland fan, rather. In Oakland, sadly, Oakland has the ball at their own 4-yard line right now. Oakland's in trouble. They're in trouble. 2nd and 13 at their 4. I'm sorry, Mr. Carr. You may not have a job next year either. Derek Carr. He has really regressed too. You talk about there's about 5 quarterbacks in the NFL's regressed. He's been one of them. He has not played well at all. He really hasn't. Cardinals just scored a touchdown. Yep, they're fixing to kick off. It's 7-3 right now. Yep, Rams are down. Jets won earlier too. How about that? They win at Buffalo 13-6. Buffalo cannot feel good about going on the road next week. They cannot be feeling good about that. They're heading down to Houston, and you can't be feeling really, really good about that at all. Now, let's see if they have played their starters. They may not have. No, Matt Barkley quarterback for them. They Josh Allen. Well, Allen played. Let's see. Did Allen get hurt? Did Allen get hurt? Allen played. I don't know. I have not looked into that yet. It's officially time for us to win or go home. Well, they're going to have to win now, no doubt about that. Redskins in Dallas. I just think they're overmatched there. I really do. But the Eagles now. The Eagles just put 3 on the board against the Giants, and I've said this is going to be another game that really means nothing. Washington and Dallas. Philadelphia is going to win this ball game. That should make for a good game, though, in Philadelphia next week. Philadelphia, I think, against Seattle. I think 49ers win tonight. Did anybody catch the second half of the Ohio State Clemson game? Now, let me preface everything by saying I said I thought Clemson would win, but let me also preface something by saying this. That catch at the sideline looked like a catch and a fumble to me. So I'm sorry. That I thought Ohio State got messed over on that call. I really do. But so we'll see. What's up, Alan? Evening, bud. What's going on? Ms. Rob, she's heading down the hallway. So I don't know which way she's got something going on there. Philadelphia, she would love to see her Eagles play today, but Eagles are not on TV here right now. Redskins just fumbled the ball, and the Cowboys recovered. This is going to be a blowout. It's going to be a blowout. It really is. But January the 11th on a Monday, I'm saying it right now. LSU will slaughter Clemson. They're going to beat them up bad. Alan over in the UK said they think he got the Eagles on. Eagles and the Giants, probably so. Probably a New York game. Makes all the sense in the world. Yep. That's a playoff caliber game, too. It should be. Is Eli playing, or is Eli actually sitting the bench today? Eli's on the bench. Oh, my gosh. Really? Eli's on the bench. Yeah. He's probably played his last game in the NFL. Yeah, okay. Yep, 3-0. Giants have it ball, but they've got a long way. Yep, they've got a long ways to go with it. Baltimore was unsuccessful in getting a touchdown. Pittsburgh, their defensive line held up and forced Baltimore for a field goal. Field goal, Baltimore 6-0 ahead of Pittsburgh. Great news if you're an Oakland Raiders fan. Oakland right now still no score, but they're down to the 15-yard line of Denver. Dave Little says if OSU and Clemson played 10 times, they would each win 5. Probably close to that. You're probably right. Probably not far off. I don't think either team would win 8. Maybe one team would win 7-3 or 6-4 or something like that. But it would be good. It was not bad. Not bad. I can deal with that. Yeah. But either one of those, now I'm going to tell you this. If OSU or Clemson played LSU 10 times, they would lose 9. They would have to luck up to win them 1. LSU is so much better than everybody else. They're as strong as Alabama used to be. They really are that good. Got the best quarterback, got some of the best receivers, and they got a great defense. Better defense than either one of those two teams have. You throw a 63 on Oklahoma. You know, Oklahoma, I realize, Big 12 or, but whatever. But Oklahoma's supposed to be a top 10 team. There's no team out there, a top 10, that you should be able to get 63 on. And LSU did it in 3 quarters. That kid, that's why I say Cincinnati should take him, should take Burrow. Don't even hesitate. Oakland now, they're down on the 15-yard line of Denver. I think they called a timeout. No, it's just the end of the first quarter. So Oakland, they're going to the other end of the field right now. Oakland's scheming up how they're going to put the ball in the end zone against Denver. Denver's only playing for pride today. So it's hard to blame Denver, hard to blame Baltimore, hard to blame Houston, hard to blame Jacksonville and Indianapolis on the teams they're putting out there on the field today. You cannot, I would not put out my best players if I was not going anywhere. I wouldn't. So, but Baltimore is still a better team in Pittsburgh, even without their regular quarterback. It's showing that right now. They're up 6-0. Tennessee, they got the ball back. They're at their 25, but only 10 seconds left in the first quarter. So we're going to go to the second quarter there. Houston and Tennessee tied at 7. Eagles got the ball back. Did the Giants have to punt it? Yep. Giants just punted the ball away, and Philadelphia has the ball at their 30. I just don't see the Giants upsetting them. I really don't. So next week, let's say some of these teams, let's say, for instance, let's say Tennessee wins and they go to the playoffs next week. And let's say Philadelphia wins and they go to the playoffs next week. 4 good games. Philadelphia would be hosting tonight's loser. Green Bay. No, I'm sorry, not Green Bay. Green Bay gets it. They got a bye. New Orleans. New Orleans is going to have 6th seed. Who's the 6th seed? It's all opposing fans. That's crazy. Who's the 6th seed in? Yeah, I know it. What's up? Sean? Who is the 6th seed? NFC. Vikings. Yeah. So now the Vikings are heading to the Saints. And there are crazier things that happen. I can tell you that. Vikings were playing for nothing today. So don't be surprised if Vikings give them a run for their money. Now, Cowboys. 6-0. Cowboys win. LSU beats Clemson 30. Yeah. I think they'll score more than 35 on Clemson myself. We'll see. AFC next week. New England is hosting The evening game here, whoever's playing. Looks like right now it could be either Oakland or uh, Tennessee. We'll see. So that should be interesting. Kansas City gets the week off next week. That's big. Ravens get the week off. Plus, right now they're playing, and right now they're winning 6-0 over Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh's driving the ball. They get the ball down to the 25 of Baltimore. They're showing a little fight right now. They are showing a little bit of fight. Colts just score an extra point, and it's 10-3 over Jacksonville. Washington showing no heart today. They really aren't. As Jackson's not playing. They benched 8 guys. No, Jackson is not playing, and neither is a quarterback for Houston. He's on the bench. All the word in Dallas is if Dallas loses or if they don't make the playoffs, Oklahoma's head coach is going to be Dallas's coach. That's what I'm hearing. We'll see. So, who's Oklahoma's coach again? I couldn't even tell you. Lincoln Riley. Yeah, Lincoln Riley. I think he'll be Dallas's new coach. I thought if you'd asked me 3 weeks ago, I'd have said Urban Meyer, but no. Anybody heard who the Redskins are talking about hiring? They're talking about getting the guy from Rivera from Carolina. Idiot move. Idiot move. I don't like that at all. I don't know. After looking at yesterday, you give up 63 to a team, you know, you may be issued at the door quicker than you think. You know, Oklahoma job's not a job. That's not a top 10. That's not a top 10 job anymore. Oklahoma's just not it, man. I think Texas is a better job than Oklahoma now. And somebody's got to fix that Florida State job. Somebody's got to fix that program up too. Florida State and Oklahoma are crumbling in front of our eyes. Oklahoma's just playing in a conference. It's Kansas State, Kansas, TCU. Not a good conference. Somebody, Jerry Jones has been a coach for the last 10 years. Yeah. He's been a GM anyway. Yeah, it's a sad state. Pittsburgh puts it in the end zone. Whoa. Pittsburgh puts it in the end zone. 7-6 Pittsburgh. 12:50 left in the second quarter. Steelers fans, you got something to cheer about. You got something to cheer about. Where will Philip? That is so stupid. He's the GM. He does all of he and his sons do all the maneuvering. Where will Philip Rivers be next year, guys? Where will Philip Rivers be? He has no contract. Yeah. He could be in Carolina. Oh, Detroit. Really? You think Detroit? He got so much money tied up in the quarterback up there, though. he could end up in Carolina early on. Oh my goodness. Redskins running for their life today. 6-0 on the way to 36-0. Um, I wouldn't want Rivers as a coach. He's a bad attitude guy, man. He's terrible. Think Detroit's going to draft a quarterback? Where are they at on the draft board right now? 2 of the first 3 teams draft a quarterback. It's all according to where Tua is physically. You think Detroit gets number 5? They're going to want to move up and try to get number 1. That's not going to happen. Cincinnati's not turning that one loose. I don't think. I wouldn't. There's no way I'd turn away. You got to get Burrow if you can get him. You got to get Burrow. Yeah, you got to. I think Burrow is up here. I think Tua's like down here compared to Burrow. That's me. And then his health. I'm talking about just straight up. And then his health just, 20, 21 years old, already having knee problems. I don't like that. I would not like that. So, Redskins get a first down. Right home to mom about that, right? Wow. Colts have scored. They're up 10-3 on Jacksonville. Tua needs to stay in Bama. But the problem is you could get hurt. You could get hurt again, and that's the end of your career. So I think he's out. I think he's leaving. I think he's pretty much told everybody he's leaving. But the good thing about it, if you're Tua, is this. You're not going to probably one of the worst teams. You may end up getting drafted. New England could get him. Don't think for a second New England couldn't get him. He could fall to 20th. He could fall that far. I don't think he will, but depending on his progress between now and April, he could fall that far. But don't say that. I mean, come on, let's be for real about it. But I don't think this is me. This is me now. If I was a GM, I wouldn't take a chance on Tua in the first round. I wouldn't take a chance on him. I wouldn't. I would go for another need. I would not take a chance. I would not now. I would not take a chance on Tua in the first round. First 10 picks, not a chance. But even in the bottom, I don't think I would. I don't believe I would. Oakland put 3 on the board now. Oakland, do you think Brady will coach when he retires? Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. He's young kids. I think he's more apt to probably get a show or some sort. And when I say that, I don't think he'll do any announcing for football. I think he's more apt to get like a TV show. I really do. Clemson quarterback Sunshine from Remember the Titans. I never saw that movie though. I don't watch movies. I don't want. Cowboys going to get Grant Delpit. Explain some more. Who's Grant Delpit? I like the kid from Washington. I like the kid from Washington. I've seen him throw a few times. 6-0. That's the end of the first quarter. And Washington's moving down the field on them, but it doesn't look like it's. Tennessee now has scored another touchdown on Oakland, no, Houston, and he's the best safety in the class from LSU. Could happen. What's going to hurt Dallas is they got such a good record. They're going to be in the lower 10. Good defensive backs tend to go early. Good defensive linemen go early. I'm predicting not over 2 running backs go in the first round this year. 2 or less. That's my big prediction. I say not. I don't even think 2 will. I think 1 or less. We'll see. I just don't think many running backs are going to go this year. I really don't. Did you see Trevor's run? Oh, yeah. 67 yards, something like that. Oh, yeah. I watched the whole entire game. I watched the entire game. Yeah. Yeah. They slid away with that win. They really did. Did you guys see the throw to the sidelines while the guy caught the ball, ran 2 or 3 steps, and then dropped it, and they said no catch? You talking about Jacob Eason from what? Yeah, Eason. Yep. I like him. I really do. Yep, Eason. I do like him. Yep. That's fine. That's fine. We got you. Yeah. Let's see what we got here as far as scores going, guys. Eagles put 3 on the board early in the game against the Giants, and now they're 10:50 left in the second quarter. They're still up only 3-0 on New York. We're starting the second quarter in Dallas. Washington is down in this game 6-0. Dallas had a chance to get a touchdown. They had a first and goal at the 5, failed to get in, and they scored scored a field goal. Baltimore, they were up 3-0. Would have done better. I don't necessarily think so. Oregon's going to have all they can handle Wisconsin. You wait to see. Baltimore was up 3-0. They had a first and goal at the 4. Pittsburgh got a goal line stand. Baltimore kicked the field goal. Pittsburgh marched the ball down 70-some yards, and now they're up 7-6 on Baltimore. Tennessee going against the depleted roster of Houston. They're up 14-7. Houston has got the ball at their own 33 with 9.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Oakland with slim playoff chances. Everything's dependent on Baltimore and Houston coming through for them. And obviously, the league can't force them to play whoever they don't want to or whatever. Oakland tied with Denver 3-3, so they have no argument at all if they don't go out and at least take care of their end of the bargain there. And Indianapolis, believe it or not, Indianapolis plays a part in this whole thing. They've got to win in order for Oakland to make the playoffs. If Jacksonville wins, Oakland does not go. How about that? Why, I don't know. But if Jacksonville wins that game, Oakland will not. Oklahoma's wagon. Earlier in the year, the Boomer Schooner flipped. Did you guys see that? Who are they playing? Texas. Maybe they was playing Texas. They flipped it. The Boomer Schooner or whatever. Crazy. Yeah. It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. Pittsburgh at their own 19-yard line now. So Baltimore's got them pinned back. Got them pinned back. They've got to do something. No doubt about that. And Pittsburgh has not shown a lot of offense. I mean, you look at those Steelers 2 years ago, best offense in the NFL. Without Ben and a couple of their receivers, they are not the same guys. There you go. There you go. Oh, Prescott just fumbled. And Redskins recover 17-yard line. How about that? Redskins trying to put a little pressure on the Cowboys. And they are up. Cowboys up 6-0, but the Redskins recover that fumble. They recover the fumble. Prescott, oh yeah, that's a clear fumble. Number 90 on the defense. And now they're going to go to instant replay to see who recovered it, probably. But that was a clean fumble. So I think that's going to be Redskin ball, 17-yard line. It's actually 16-yard line. Number 90, fumbled it. Yeah, they got it. 16-yard line. They got to make something happen now. I'm sure that was against West Virginia. Was it against West Virginia? Okay. That was funny. That was so funny. I saw it when it happened. Yeah. That was so funny. Sun is shining bright in Dallas. It has been a dreary, rainy day here in Virginia. And yours truly is trying to plan himself another fishing expedition. I got to plan it with some people, though. I'm trying to brew up something now where it's going to be maybe a very good.
You may take Mrs. Rob.
I may take Mrs. Rob with me. Would you guys like to see Mrs. Rob catching some? I'm talking about some rainbows. I'm talking 3, 4, 5 pound rainbow trout. If you guys would like to see that, we may do that. You'd like to see that? They definitely would. She's got a fishing rod and about 2.5, 3 hour drive for us. But she's fished with me before, and she loves to catch fish. She just is not. I haven't caught fish like that either. 4 and 5 pound. Go, Mrs. Rob. That's what Alan says. Rainbow trout that's that big. I mean, that's huge, man. That is huge. Redskins running for their life, and now it looks like they're going to be kicking a field goal. Looks like field goal time for those guys. The Eagles. Let's see what the Eagles. The Eagles. They're still up 3-0. They got the ball at the 46 at their own 46. Giants defense must be playing pretty well today. They must be playing really well. Oakland, 3rd and goal at Denver's 5-yard line. They end at red zone. Can Oakland put it in the end zone? They haven't been able to most of the year. Redskins put it through the uprights, 6-3 Dallas. And now they got a kickoff, 13:40 left to go, second quarter. Oakland, touchdown, Oakland Raiders. An extra point is pending. Yes, sir. They are up. And pending their extra point, they'll be up 10-3. They're up 9-3 right now. No, they ain't got through the uprights yet. I never put that extra point on there yet because that'll be the one out of every 14 that they miss. That's what the league average is now. They miss about 1 out of every 14. So let's see what happens here. Oh, the touchdown is being reviewed. I see where they took it off the board. Derek is right. They took the 6 off of the board right now. Oh, yeah, I'd rather watch college football any day of the week, too. Let's see what's happening here. Let's see what's happening. Third down, Carter Renfro. Renfro. Let's see what they're saying. This could be good. This could make a difference. January 13th. What's wrong with January 13th, my friend? Saints are getting number 3. Frank G's. Saints are 3. They're going to host Minnesota next week. What's January 13th? Tell us what January 13th is, Sean. January 11th. January 11th. Isn't it January 11th or is it the 13th? Maybe it is the 13th. I thought it was January 11th. But you may be right. Maybe it is 13th. Frank G's, my new subscriber. Yes. Frank G's, welcome to the channel. Welcome to my channel. We do a lot of things here on my channel. Are you new here, my friend? Or have you been here and visited before? Is it the 13th? Okay. All right. Yep, you're correct. I stand corrected. Sean is correct. Yeah, it'll be 2 weeks from. It'll be a week from Monday. It'll be a week from Monday. So Frank G's, welcome to the channel. Welcome. Sean D is one of my regulars. Derek Rams, Chiefs fan. He's a regular to my channel. Alan Shaw. Well, let's welcome Frank G's to the channel. Tell us what you got going on, Frank, and tell us what you like. Tell us what's going on here, my friend. We're just keeping up with football today. We kept up with the college football playoffs last night. Yours truly picked LSU. Yours truly picked Clemson. Yours truly is picking Dallas to win. Yours truly is picking Philadelphia to win. Doing pretty good today. Ball it to 1. So no touchdown. So it's first and goal at the 1 for the Raiders. I've been quiet. I'm a Knowles fan. We were just talking a little while ago about Knowles and Sooners. They both need overhauls. They really do. Yeah. I liked Charlie Ward. You remember the Charlie Ward days? If he doesn't remember the Charlie Ward days, now I know he's a lot younger than I am. If you don't remember the Charlie Ward days, that was times to watch him. So right now, Oakland had a 4th and goal. Peter Warwick was my time. Peter Warwick was a little later than that. Yeah. Peter Warwick, he had his problems, but he was a good receiver. He really was. Yeah, he had some troubles, but he's good. We have a lot. We have this channel. This channel, Frank, consists of we watch a lot of football. We watch a great deal of baseball, but more than anything, we do a lot of board gaming. Okay, so if you want to check out my channel, I got about 700 videos of car racing, golf. Help me out, guys. Wrestling, boxing, baseball, all sorts of stuff. That we do a lot of board gaming, and they're available to the public. All the board games that I play are available to the public, and I lead you in the right direction as to where you can purchase them, and for the cheapest way possible too. So, but yeah, we enjoy a board game in here. We really do. Sean likes video gaming, but we tried to pull him over to the dark side. Um, Baltimore has the ball at their own 36-yard line. They're down a point, 7-6, 5 and 5:16 left in the second quarter. Dallas has got the ball at the red zone of the Redskins now. Oh, that's a fumble. Oh, it looked like a fumble. It looked like a fumble. Wow. Wow. Quick whistles today, guys. Real quick whistles. Um, Tennessee up 14-7 on Houston. If they win, all of the rest of the AFC is moot. It doesn't matter what Oakland does. Doesn't matter what Indianapolis does. It doesn't matter what Pittsburgh does. Houston will be the number 6 seed, and they will get a chance. I mean, Tennessee will be the number 6 seed, and they'll get a chance to travel to Foxborough next week and play New England. Kansas City has the week off, and Kansas City actually pretty lucky to be number 2 seed. I'll tell you why. They'll have to play the winner of the Titans and Patriots, and both of those two teams have a lot of holes in them. I would give Kansas City 8-10 point favorites against either one of them in KC, where if you're number 1 seed and you're Baltimore, you're either going to have to play. Let's see who are the 2 and 6. I mean, who's at 4 and 5 seeds? Houston and Buffalo. I would not want to play either one of those 2 teams, Houston or Buffalo. They're going to be playing each other next week. That should be a good game. Houston and Buffalo really should. Cowboys put a touchdown on the board, and now they're up 13-3 over the Redskins. Denver ball score still stands 3-3. A good challenge by Gruden. You got to challenge anything close right now that gives you a chance. A timeout does not mean that much in the first half. Challenge it. Take your chances on it. Jacksonville just put a touchdown on the board against Indianapolis. Jacksonville wins. It doesn't matter. Have you heard of Stan Lee and Jack Kirby? I've heard of Stan Lee, yes. I've been in some of the comics and stuff. What is it? Marvel. Is it Marvel? DC. Marvel. Maybe he is Marvel Comics. But he is a comics guy, yeah. It's not going to matter what Oakland does if Jacksonville loses. I mean, if Jacksonville wins, it's up to Pittsburgh and Tennessee then. Both. Okay. Oh, they do. He did both DC and Marvel. I didn't realize one person did both of them. Philadelphia Eagles, 6 minutes left to go in the second quarter, and right now they are up 3-0. I was expecting more points on the board, but now the Giants have the ball. Oh, Jack did both. Okay. Giants have the ball at Philadelphia's 10-yard line. How about that, guys? Who's a big Cowboys fans in here? We know Sean is. Philadelphia, and they're at the Philadelphia 19. 3rd and 9. And what's the Giants going to do now? Let's see. I was a Redskins fan before. I've been a Redskins fan all my life. Even when I lived in Philly, I did not like. You find a few non-Philly fans, but more. It's a lot of Philly fans up here. And the Giants fail on 3rd and 9, and they end up having to kick a field goal. Tied up now, 3-3. Giants and Eagles. In the case, let's just say this: if the Giants and Eagles were to tie today, Cowboys win. Cowboys win the division. That's a big win. That would be a big win for the Cowboys right there. Let's see. Let me make sure about that. Let me make sure about that. Let me make sure about that. I said something before. I said something before I was aware of it. Let me make sure of that. I'm actually incorrect on that. I'm incorrect on that. If the Eagles tie today, they make the playoffs. The Eagles, all they need is a tie. They'll be in the playoffs. They just can't lose. Time to walk your puppies. All right, Alan. We'll be around for a while. We'll be around. Cowboys train just minutes from where I live. Redskins have the ball, and they're trying to drive down the field, but really not a lot going on. My uncle's a Philadelphia fan. Where's your uncle from, Sean? From our area. Also, if you just catching into my channel a little while ago in the last few minutes, me and Mrs. Rob, we may take a group with us and go group trout fishing. And I'm not expecting little 14, 16, 18-inch trout. I'm expecting some. I'm gonna have to hold back here and show them to you. Some nice 3, 4, 5 pound trout. And we're going to go pretty soon. Maybe we're going to definitely try to. And if we're able to, I'm going to video it all. I'm going to video the whole entire day. So definitely want you guys, if you're interested in fishing, to my other uncles, and one is a Packer and the other likes Pittsburgh. Oh, okay. A lot of free agent, a lot of free agents in the NFL after this season. Case Keenum looking for a contract. He just lost 14 yards, and that was rough. That was a tough hit there. Eagles just got the ball back off the kickoff from the Giants. They had the ball at the 36-yard line. Let's see what kind of day. Wentz has got. 10 of 16 for 100 yards. 10 of 16, 100 yards. Nothing to write home about in the first half. And the Packers fan's son is a Packers fan's son. Oh, is a Pittsburgh fan. Ah. Oh, yeah. Me and my dad both like the Redskins. One of my other brothers like the Dolphins. And my other brother, he's a Redskins fan. Yeah. He's a big hockey fan. He's a big Detroit Red Wings fan, and I've always been a big Edmonton Oilers fan. So, we used to sit and watch hockey every night at home. He was an Yzerman nut. He was crazy about Steve Yzerman, and believe it or not, Gretzky was great, no doubt about it. But I love to watch. I love to watch Yari Curry play. I was a big Yari Curry fan. He was one of my favorites. Glenn Anderson too. My dad's whole family is a Cowboy fan. Oh, okay. Welcome one and all. If you're just joining me, Week 17 NFL. We're getting about halftime with some of these games, nearly halftime. Baltimore just put a field goal on the board over Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh right now, all the Pittsburgh fans have got to be they've got to be frowning right now. Baltimore just put their third field goal. They hadn't put it in the end zone against Pittsburgh, but 3 field goals is better than 1 touchdown. 9-7 Baltimore right now. Derek Rams, Chiefs fan, says the Rams just put the ball in the end zone. Indeed, they did. They're up 17-7. And let's see what Kyler Murray, 5 of 8, 53 yards and a touchdown. Jared Goff, 13 of 22, 147 and 1 touchdown today. Jared Goff playing like Jared Goff should be playing. He's really regressed this season, though. He really has. Let's talk about some of these regressed players. Yeah, 3-3. The Giants scored about 4 minutes ago. Yeah, but now Philadelphia's got the ball. Philadelphia's got the ball at the Giants 24. Let's see what's happening there. Let's go back to that game real quick. Carson Wentz actually ran for 2 yards, and now it's 4th and 1. If you're the Eagles, you gotta kick it. Kyler Murray actually got hurt. Kyler Murray should not be playing today. Let's be for real about it. 4th and 1. Carson Wentz drops back. Perkins, 24 yards, touchdown, Eagles, 9-3. 9-3. Yeah, I saw that bad punt. But the Eagles just score on 4th and 1 from their 24, from the Giants 24. And now, pending the extra point, they'll be up by 7 against the Giants. So the Eagles starting to show their muscle. 2:01 left to go in the first half in the Meadowlands. 9-3 right now. Their extra point is pending. Let's see what happens here. 10-3. That extra point is good. And right now, in the NFC, it's pretty obvious. Philly wins, they're in the playoffs. Philly loses, Dallas wins, they're in the playoffs. Philly ties, they're in the playoffs. Win or a tie for Philadelphia, and they're in. That's all they need. But what's the chances of going 5 minutes, or was it 5 or 10 minutes now in overtime? I think it's 10-minute overtime, and somebody not scoring at least a field goal somewhere. Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. So we'll see what happens there. Dallas not looking like they're going to be a playoff team now, which if that's the case, they'll fall back to wherever their ranking is, where they're 7-8 right now, so they'll be 7-9, or they'll be 8-8 if they win today, which they should. 8-8. Yeah, I was just going to talk about regression of quarterbacks. Okay, yeah, let's if you want to, we'll go all over the league. We'll start from one side to the other. It's almost halftime with all these games anyway. Colts just jumped back in front of Jacksonville, 17-13, and opens the door for Pittsburgh if Houston can pull that upset. Opens the door back for Oakland rather, but. Even if we make it, I think 49ers win the Super Bowl. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see what everybody thinks about some of the quarterbacks. Progression, regression, whatever. Well, let's start up at the top of the AFC East. Tom Brady. Has anybody saw a regression with Tom Brady since the Super Bowl? Personally, I don't think he's really regressed any. I mean, you just look at the people they're putting around him, and that's what there's Carson Wentz. He rolled out to the right. He had about 8 minutes to throw the ball. And he throws it to the other side of the field, and got that touchdown. So, but personally, I don't see where Tom Brady has really regressed a lot. Foot speed, yeah, you can tell a little bit of difference, but he's never been fleet of foot anyway, but you can tell a little bit of a difference. The Bills, quarterback for the Bills, I think he's actually come out and played better this year. I really do. I think he's played well. I really think they have a chance. I think they got a fighter's chance when they go to Houston. Eagles. Did the Eagles miss the extra point? Did they? It actually showed that they made it. Really? Showed that they made it. Oh, you're right. They did miss the extra point. You're right. They did miss it. But now I'd say he made it. 10-3. I'm getting 10-3 on the board, bud. Must have been a penalty on the play. I've got 10-3. 10-3 is at score. Yeah. Extra point's good. That's what I got, bud. That's what I'm getting. It must have been a penalty on that extra point, and Philadelphia made it. They're up 10-3. Philip Rivers, big time, big time regression. He's regressed the last 3 seasons, though. I mean, come on, he's really not played well. Sam Darnold, he wasn't as good this year as he was his first year. He wasn't as good as he was his first season. I don't think. I think Sam Darnold was better his rookie year than he was this year. Dolphins, you know, you just look at that and just say, okay, who's coming in? Who's going to step in and take their quarterback job? Ravens, Lamar Jackson. What else can you say? Probably the NFL's MVP. To me, he is. I think he should be. Steelers, Big Ben. You can't really say he regressed. He was hurt all year. Getting a year older, so that's not going to help. Browns. Um, with Big Yap Yap. What's his name? Where's Cleveland? There he is. Baker Mayfield. They go into Cincinnati today and lay an egg. Come on. Cincinnati beat them 33-23, guys. Baker Mayfield, 279 yards, 3 TDs, 3 interceptions. You can't do that. He's regressed too. He likes the limelight too much. That's his problem. He's got a receiver's type attitude. You can't be that way and be a quarterback in the NFL and be successful. You just can't do it. Just can't do it. Let's see who else. Bengals. I've said all along. I think their quarterback is going to be a backup. He may be a starter somewhere next year. But Andy Dalton, I think he's played his last game in Cincinnati. And I think Joe Burrow, it's his job. It's his job right now. Texans, their quarterback has played really well this year. Deshaun Watson. He's not played terrible. Titans, Tannehill has played really well. They just got to decide who's going to be their quarterback in the future. Colts, Jacoby Brissett, is he your quarterback? Is he really a guy that you can count on for the next 8-10 years? Probably not, but who knows? Jaguars, Mr. Beard, that faded real quick. And now, what are the Jags going to do? Chiefs, they've got their quarterback for the next 10 years. He's a really good quarterback. I'm not sure. I think he's as good a quarterback as they make him out to be. Mahomes is a good quarterback, but to make him out to be a top 2 or 3 quarterback in the league, I'm not so sure he's that good. They found some ways to beat him this year, and that's why they got 4 losses. Raiders, Derek Carr, I think maybe is on his way out. We'll see there. Broncos with Locke, he could be their future. He really could be. Chargers, like I say, I think I think he's on his way out. Rivers. Yeah, the 49ers had a kicking. They had kicking problems all season. They really should be 14-1. They really should be. I think Baltimore beat them. Baltimore did beat them, but the other two teams they probably should have won. They should have beat Seattle, but I think they get that chance tonight. We'll see. Touchdown Cowboys. Yes, indeed. Touchdown Cowboys, and now they're up 19-3. Raiders. Yes, pass interference. You are correct. For 13 yards. They went to Oakland 14. Now they're to Oakland 1. And Denver. What if Brett came back? Brett is my age, bud. Brett can't walk. You notice he's doing things now for joints, aches and pains. No. No. He's got gray, bruh. He's got gray. He doesn't come back now. Baltimore's up 16-7 on Pittsburgh. Great news there for Oakland. Denver puts it on the board. They get themselves Lock. We're just talking about Lock. How about that? A short pass, 1 yard pass. Shaq would be different. Shaq's 7'2". Yep, they're up 9-3, pending the extra point. Got to make these extra points, guys. Got to make them. Oh, yeah, they've already made it. Okay, yep, 10-3. Yep, McManus made his extra point. Looks like a lot of games are going to go, a touchdown difference. Philadelphia up a touchdown on the Giants. 38 seconds left, first half. Denver's up a touchdown on Oakland. 28 seconds left. And Tennessee just went into halftime with Houston. Tennessee is up by 7. Houston's showing some grit in that game. Washington, I told you all along, Washington was going to get their tail beat. Washington's down 20-3, and it's not going to get any better for them. It's really not. Indianapolis Colts winning 17-13 over Jacksonville. 51 seconds left, so all these teams are going to half, and pretty much looks like what was that? It just said up there, what did it say? 27 seasons since the Redskins won a playoff game? Is that what it said? Jeez. No wonder Sean does not like the Redskins. I've witnessed Redskins winning 3 Super Bowls, so that's a little bit different. If they never do anything else again, they've won 3 for me, right? They've won 3. There's Jerry Jones. So, but they should not let children watch Oklahoma versus LSU. Oklahoma versus Clemson's not going to be that bad, but it's going to be bad enough. LSU's a good team. LSU is a real good team. Josh Donaldson's in big news right now. Where is he going to land? Atlanta is talking like they want him. They would like to have him. They had him last year, but it was rumored early on that the Nationals wanted him. They spent everything on Strasburg, though. So, what did Indianapolis just put a field goal on the board right here at half? So, Baltimore is up on Pittsburgh 16-7. I was a Cowboy first, and they sucked for years. And then I went to Washington. Cowboys are a few players away from being really good. I think you need a quarterback. That's just me. That's just me. You do not need to spend $30 million on Dak Prescott. That's for sure. He does not make that team all that much better. He really doesn't. 2-minute warning there for Washington and Dallas. All these other games are almost at halftime. Denver 10, Oakland 3, halftime. Baltimore 16, Pittsburgh 7, halftime. Tennessee 14, Houston 7, halftime. Philadelphia 10, Giants 3. And Giants made the Eagles. They're going to try to block their punt, it looks like. And they got it away. And now it's at the 10-yard line. So now do they try a Hail Mary? Why not, right? You're at the 41-yard line. At your own 41, 59 yards away. Why not? You're down 7 points. Colts, Jags still have 39 seconds left. Jags have the ball to 27. Chances are they take a knee. And Redskins have the ball at the 39-yard line at their own 39. 39. 2 minutes left there. And that's what's happening there. We'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. Let's check out some more college football coming up. Florida tomorrow, University of Florida against UVA. And Florida is a 14-point favorite there. I don't like them by that much, but they'll win the ball game. I like Florida in that game. Let's see. Louisville against Memphis against Mississippi State. Louisville's an ACC team. Mississippi State is an SEC team. You get that toughness playing the SEC. I like Mississippi State. Cal against Illinois. I like Cal. I like Cal. Tuesday, Virginia Tech against Kentucky. Kentucky is going to give Virginia Tech all they can handle. Virginia Tech should win that ball game. Florida State, Arizona State. Florida State is in the shambles. I like Arizona State. I like Arizona State in that game. Navy and Kansas State. Navy is – they can make it. Oh, you think Virginia's going to beat Florida, huh? Even the USC whooped Cal. I'm going to take Cal. I'm going to take Cal in that ball game. Illinois got beat really bad a few times, though. Navy against Kansas State. You don't play those. Navy, Army very often, and they run those triple options. I'll take Navy. I'll take Navy in that game. Utah and Texas. I'll take Utah in that game over Texas. Clemson and then Clemson and LSU. I have said all. And last night, did you guys see what the Vegas odds were after Clemson won? Directly after Clemson won last night, they were 2.5-point dogs. Not anymore. 5.5. It's going to go up. It'll be as much as 10 points by the time kickoff. LSU's a better team, guys. LSU is a better team. Well, Redskins are how about that catch? Did Sean see the catch, or what is he wowing about? Let's head back to the NFL. Let's see what's going on. I don't believe he caught that ball. All right, Redskins driving down the field on the Cowboys. They're at the 21-yard line. Allen is back. Redskins coming out of the huddle. A minute 53 left to go in this first half. And they got to score. They need to score a touchdown here. They're down 20-3. And this is a dead play right here. They're losing 6-8 yards there. Terrible call. They're going to fumble. They may. They could. They very well could, guys. So it really, really, really is shaping up like Tennessee is going to be going next week to New England. Tennessee could be going to New England. And Buffalo, Jacksonville just put a field goal on the board. Now they're just down by 4. And Buffalo will be heading to Houston. Should be a really good game. If Philadelphia can hang on and win, tonight's winner, 49ers at Seattle. Winner gets number 2 and a bye. Loser is number 4 and has to play number 5. I'm sorry, will be number 5 and play number 4, Philadelphia. So I think Seattle's going to be heading to Philly. That's just my opinion. We'll see. And if Seattle goes to Philly, I do not like Philly's chances. The only way Philly wins is if it's a really, really cold day, snowy day. Curry, the greatest shooter of all time. He's one of the best I've ever seen. Yeah. His daddy was good too. He played at Virginia Tech. Dale Curry played at Charlotte. He was really good. I believe that's a catch, guys. Redskins, we're seeing if that's a catch. I believe that's a catch. I believe that's going to be a catch. You're going to have to look at that. Let's see if they go look at it. If not, the Redskins are going to be kicking a field goal right now. They did not fumble. They're going to look at this. They're going to look at this. I think it's a catch. I think it's a catch. Of course, last night's deal, if you saw Ohio State and LSU, was that a catch and a fumble, or was that an incomplete pass? Y'all tell us what you think about that one. That changed the whole game right there. When that guy, I don't believe he's going to have to kick a field goal. I believe it's a catch, bruh. I believe it. We'll see. But did anybody watch that Ohio State Clemson game where they caught the ball? It looked like he caught it anyway. They said it was an incomplete pass. 7 seconds left to go. Field goal for the Cardinals. I'm gonna say right here the Redskins keep the ball right here. Yeah, no doubt about it. They helped Clemson out. But that was a game-changing play there. The other two could have been called either way. But that one, that's a touchdown they call back. You don't get those very often. And they just announced that the Redskins will be getting the second half kickoff against the Cowboys. So if you are a Cowboys fan, stick close to stick close to the TV at least for the next 5 or 10 minutes in the second half. Other than that, it's probably over with. I would think. I think the Cowboys are going to win this ball game. Go back and watch Philadelphia and just see if they can hold on to the lead against the Giants. First and 10, Washington. They get the ball, and and 51 seconds. Yes, indeed. So Redskins are making a charge. 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 All right. Let's see if Redskins can do 6 p.m. here on the East Coast, 11 p.m. Across the ocean there, 3 p.m. on the West Coast. And Redskins, a short catch, 2-3 yards. They're probably going to have to call either a timeout and just let the clock run down a little bit more. Tennessee and Houston just got the third quarter going, and Tennessee has the ball already down to the Houston 37. So let's see if they sold out today. I was playing with my toy again there for a minute. Yeah, I was. You're right. You see, that this is the one time I feel bad for season ticket holders. If you're a season ticket holder in Houston, I realize you want your next week's team to be. Just started working on my UKCFL team sheets. Dale Lonsdale, what's going on, my friend? 10-3, and just reached halftime there. Redskins touchdown. Redskins 20-9. And it is pending extra point. It is 38 seconds left to go in the first half, and the Cowboys give up a touchdown. An extra point pending would be 20-10. And it's a wonder to me the Redskins even got one in the end zone today. The Cowboys have clearly outplayed the Redskins. But if you go to the other game, it's not like the Eagles are outplaying the Giants, that's for sure. They really aren't. They're playing flat. They are playing flat today. Carson Wentz, 13 of 21, 160. Not a bad half of football, but they should be up on the Giants by 3 scores, at least 2 scores right now. But Jones is throwing the ball, 11 of 21, 116. And I was just talking about what the Eagles get if they win this week. They either get Seahawks or the 49ers coming to town next week. I know if I was the Eagles, I would rather play the Seahawks. But that ain't the way it works. It's whoever loses tonight. That's the way that works. 49ers are going to be tough, though, if you give them a week off. I really believe that. I'm just like, 3 losses? If all I got to do is win 3, that would scare me. That would scare me if I was teams like Green Bay, Philadelphia, whoever. I'd be like, wow, this is for real. Seattle, whoever. So Pittsburgh has the ball back now. Well, Baltimore just punt the ball? Yeah. Oh, they just kicked it off. So the Steelers, okay. They just kicked it off. And the Steelers now are going to have to punt the ball in just a second, 4th and 8. Devlin Hodges is not the answer for them in no shape, form, or fashion. He's played like garbage most of the year. Brady lost to the Dolphins. He did. And now they're going to host, it looks like Tennessee next week. looks like Tennessee. If Tennessee loses and Pittsburgh loses and Oakland loses, they'll host Tennessee. And that's what's happening right now. That's what's happening as of the teams that need to win. Pittsburgh is losing. Tennessee just put a field goal on the board. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No. They just put a touchdown on the board. Yeah, they just put a touchdown. Derrick Henry ran the ball for 3 yards, 20-7 over the Texans field goal. Extra point is good. And it looks right now like Pittsburgh can set your players. Oakland, you can set your players. And it's pretty much, it looks like it's almost official there. 10:06 left in the third quarter. Tennessee, with a win, go to Foxborough and play the Patriots next week. Buffalo gets on their jet, goes down to Houston to play next week. Buffalo gave their quarterback the week off. Houston gives their quarterback a week off. Should be pretty interesting. They are pretty close. They really are pretty closely matched. J.J. Watt may be back next week. It may be the second week of the playoffs, but he should be back, they're saying. And I know they're hoping for that. The kid for Ohio State last night was really a letdown. He did not get a single sack for Ohio State. Now, having said that, if you watch the game from start to finish, they played a tackle and a tight end on him almost the entire game, where they was going 4-on-3 with the other 3 rushers. That's why those guys were getting all over the quarterback. They were all over Trevor Lawrence all night long. And, they should have just blitzed. If you were going to blitz, why wouldn't you blitz on the tight end side and be like, okay, let's turn this guy loose? But they never did. They never hardly did. Another fumble. Wow. Is that the second or third fumble today by the Dallas quarterback, Prescott? How about that? Prescott has got to learn to either run or either fall down to the ground. They just give up a touchdown to the Redskins. The last thing they can afford to do, fumble the ball and give up a field goal and be only up by a touchdown where you were up holding, and now they're going back even further. Giants and Eagles just got going in the third quarter. Giants have the ball out to their 42 already. So ball's going on the ground everywhere today, guys. What is up with everybody? So, So the Eagles are they're on, they're only up 7. They're only up by 7. Giants could turn this game around just like that. Redskins down 10 with only 20 seconds left to go in this first half. Cowboys should go to they all want to go home. Yeah, they're playing it like they all want to go home. That's what it is. And now they went to – did he take a knee? No. Washington takes a timeout. How about that? It's going to be the longest half of football all year long. 6:08 East Coast. This game got started at 4:31. And so we're almost an hour and 45 minutes in this first half. 30 points have been scored, and it's really been just a lackluster first half. It really has. Not much going on here, guys. Greg Minuski probably coaching his last game as defensive coordinator for the Redskins. We'll see. There's Elliott. They handed the ball to him, and they just letting the time go now. They have no time and no timeouts left, and now it is halftime. Dallas 20, Washington 10, and we'll see what happens there. Giants have the ball on the other side of the 50 against the Cardinals. I mean, against the Cardinals, against the Eagles. Anybody remember when the Cardinals used to be in the East? If Prescott loses or wins, I don't think he deserves a pay raise, but hey, that's just me. I'm not a big Prescott fan anyway, but I'm not a big Wentz fan either. I'm really not. Really not. Lego Masters. They come up with everything now. Steelers have the ball down to 15-yard line of the Ravens. They're down 9. And second and 6 at the 15-yard line. Let's see what the Steelers are going to do here. Steelers and they handed it off to not Blake Snell. They handed it off to Snell Jr. though, and for 4 yards, and now for 2 yards. So now it's second and 6. Second and 6, and that's third and 4. I'm sorry, third and 4. So Hodges this game, 6 of 13 for 81 yards. He probably will not get a job anywhere next year. They're playing him out of necessity. But I don't know how, in your right mind, if you're the Steelers, you could start in the playoffs and not at least look for somebody that could play. That's me anyway. Third and 4 to 13-yard line. Steelers need 4 yards to keep this drive alive. Otherwise, they'll be kicking a field goal. Let's see what happens here. 3rd and 4. Penalty on Baltimore. Defensive holding. Steelers now. 1st and 8. 1st and goal at the 8. So the Steelers, a little bit of life back in that team. Oakland now is forcing Denver to punt the ball. Denver's up 10-3 in that game. They 4th and 2, but Denver's at their own 18, so they're not going to try any shenanigans right now. And we'll see if they can get the punt off successfully without getting it blocked. It's been 2 or 3 shank punts today. I haven't seen a block punt yet. But the Redskins shanked one from about 18 yards a little while ago. Miles Sanders for the Eagles, running back, out of the game, and he will not be back today. Miles Sanders reported that he will not be back in the game today. So that's not good news for the Eagles. Saquon Barkley now runs up for no gain. Now it's 4th and 1. 4th and 1 for the Giants. Will they go for it? They can't stand the Eagles, so why not, right? 4th and 1. Eagles are really tough, like Cox and company. This could be a game-changing moment for the Eagles. 4th and 1, Philadelphia 37-yard line. And we'll see what's happening there in just a second. Steelers now have 3rd and goal at the Baltimore 8. Looks like they're going backwards. Somebody's got to teach you. If you see the goal line, you got to go forward, guys, not backwards. You don't take steps back. That's not healthy. 4th and 1. They may well take a timeout here. You got to think maybe Saquon Barkley would be maybe try something a little off of Saquon, but maybe not hand it to him. We'll see. But 4th and 1, and I think the Giants are going to take time. Yep, they do. And Giants Insider is actually faulting them for taking the time out here. Why would you? 4th and 1, flexible on offense. Let's use a timeout to talk about how we will probably run right at Fletcher Cox again. Brandon Graham for the Eagles is hurt. He just went to the locker room just moments ago. And the Eagles are going to be in some serious trouble even if they play next week. They've got a lot of injuries. They got a lot of injury problems. First off, on the receiving core, offensive line starting to get a little weak. Now their defensive side of the football is getting a little bit. Jones scrambles right in, runs out of bounds for 17 yards. And now they're down to the Philadelphia 20, first down in the red zone for the Giants. Only down a touchdown against the Eagles. Pittsburgh, what do? They get a field goal. You can't do that. Look, 1st and 8. 1st and goal to 8. Ravens defense is that good, guys. 16-10. There's reason to cheer if you're a Steelers fan to a point. Then you look over at the Tennessee and Houston game. Tennessee's up 21-7, and Houston is doing nothing but just tripping over their own feet right now. They're doing nothing right. 2nd and 5 at the Tennessee 34 right now. They're trying to put a little pressure on them, but they're not proven to be an adversary today without all their guns and with all their bullets in their gun right now. And Giants put it in the end zone. Touchdown, Giants. Extra point is good. Tied up. 10-10. Philadelphia and the Giants. How about that? They just tied it. It is 10-10. It is through the uprights. They just tied the ball game up. It is 10-10, folks. They just tied it up. So, wow. How about that? So, Tennessee right now looking like they're going to be 6th seed. Looks like they're heading to Foxborough. If everything goes the way right now it is, Tennessee doesn't look like they're in any danger right now. They're going to be heading to Foxborough to play really the weakest number 3 team I've seen in a long time in New England. But, Kansas City's got to be licking their chops. They got to be licking their chops. That's going to be your new name, Golden. It's looking golden for him. Did I say something? Mention something? Golden Tate. Oh, Golden Tate. He's played a lot of places. He really is. Giants going to beat Philadelphia? I've said all along I don't think so. I think the Giants are a better adversary against Philadelphia than Washington is to Dallas. But we'll see. We'll see there. We'll see what's happening there. Baltimore. They've got 1st and 10. Let's see. So Pittsburgh just kicked it through the end zone. Touchback. Ravens with a 6-point lead against the Steelers. If for no other reason, Steelers owned you for 10 years. You'd like to beat the Steelers just because you they owned you for years and years. Rams showing a little bit of pride today against Arizona, which I don't know how much pride that is if you beat that win that game. Um, let's see. Jared Goff 16 to 26, 174 and a touchdown, so he's not lighting the world up. Kyler Murray, he was hurt. He was hurt earlier, 12 to 23, 184, a touchdown and an INT. Robbie Fisherman is indeed going to try to go fishing here in the next, let's say 2 weeks. Okay. Within the next 2 weeks, I am going to try to go and catch the biggest trout I've ever caught in my life. And Mrs. Robb will be accompanying me. Not with a camera, with a fishing rod. She's gonna have a fishing rod with her. So if everything goes right, doesn't go to 20 below zero down here and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But if it stays, it's been decent down here. It's been 60 and 65 a lot lately. I'm gonna take her with me, and I'm gonna video the whole 5-6 hours, whatever length we're down. It probably won't be that long. And Mrs. Rob's not going to push me in. She wouldn't do that. Huh?
No, she would not.
No, she would not. Mrs. Rob would like me to take a fish off the hook for her.
Yes.
Yes.
Rob will not touch the fish.
Yeah. She might touch it if it's one of these big ones. It's just like rubbing it like a cat or something. But the ones I'm talking about, big enough to put your fist in their mouth. I want to go fishing. And I think I found a place. So we're gonna see. 3, 4, 5, 6. I've even seen an 8-pound fish come out of there. So if that's the case, we're gonna get some photos. Does she want to put the worms on the hook?
No.
She don't want to put worms on the hook, but we won't be using worms. We'll be using some other stuff. Power bait, she doesn't mind that. It's like Play-Doh. She doesn't care about that. She won't care about that too much. But we'll take worms with us. We'll take everything with us because it's so far out in the middle of nowhere. It really is. We may even spend the night and then come back the next day. But if we do that, probably we'll take a computer with us. Jacksonville, just they're making it a little more interesting. What did they do? Minshew, touchdown, 2-point conversion. Jacksonville 24, Colts 20. How about that? So it doesn't matter what Oakland does. If Jacksonville wins, they're out. Philadelphia now. Let's see what they're doing. Carson Wentz. Let's see what Wentz has done today. 15 of 24, 158, 1 touchdown. You can better believe Carson Wentz loses today. Cowboy Stadium, 104,000 people. Holds over 100,000. Biggest NFL stadium out there. It's just a little bit smaller than Michigan's field. Carson Wentz blows it today. You can better believe that his stay in Philadelphia is really going to be tense next year. It is not going to be good because their general manager. Remember, I guess the Redskins down the field on the Cowboys again. Don't forget, he had to choose between Wentz and Foles. And you ask people in Philadelphia, they wanted Foles to stay. And Wentz stayed. And it was not a real Let's see if Dale's still here. Dale, you still here? Who did Dale? Dale's a Philly man. Redskins moving it down the field on the Cowboys. How about that? Wow. Soon as the Giants opened the door for the Cowboys, they're limping around now. They have no idea what they're doing. But yeah, it'll be interesting to get anybody an Eagles fan in here. Dale Lonsdale is. Dale, you still here? Would you have rather seen him keep Wentz or sign Foles? I got a brother-in-law not going to win without Nick. Doesn't look like it. They might win today, but I know some of my brother-in-law's friends, they got season tickets up there. And they were just like, whoever they signed be fine or whatever. But I think Foles was a better one. So we'll see what's happening here. Almost in the third quarter of some of these games. Houston just puts a touchdown on the board. That's got to put people in Tennessee a little bit shaky now. 21-14, fourth quarter to go. Tennessee's got to win unless Pittsburgh and Oakland lose. If they both lose, Tennessee still gets to go next week to Foxborough to play. But and Oakland's out of it right now if Jacksonville's ahead of Indianapolis. So we'll see what happens there. Cincinnati, the number one team to pick in the draft, beats Cleveland today, 33-23. Green Bay, last-second field goal, beats Detroit. Detroit had the lead throughout this game. 23-20, Green Bay beats Detroit. Kansas City gets the first round bye. They get a number 2 seed now, 31-21 over the Chargers. And Phillip Rivers probably his last game as a Charger. Chicago 21, Minnesota 19. I don't think anything meant anything to Minnesota there. No, Mannion was quarterbacking for the Vikings. They were playing for nothing today, so they were not playing their best players. Miami goes into Foxborough. New England must win this game in order to get a bye next week. New England lays the egg. Miami actually outplayed them anyway. They really outplayed them. 27-24, the Dolphins win. Went to overtime. Atlanta went to Tampa Bay. This was a flip-flop game all day long. Atlanta wins 28-22. Matt Ryan today, 30 of 51. He had to put the ball up 51 times, 313 yards, only one touchdown to show for that. So Matt Ryan played pretty well. And tonight's game, don't forget, San Francisco heading to Seattle. Both teams in the playoffs. One's going to be a 2 seed. One's going to be a 5 seed, depending on who wins here. So San Francisco 3.5 point favorites coming into this game. That's a little high, I think, but I think San Francisco wins as well. If you did not catch the end of last night's game, it was incredible. Ohio State, Clemson, couple of calls I didn't agree with in the game at all, and I said Clemson would win. I'm not a Clemson fan, but a couple of the calls I did not agree with it. The non-catch and non-fumble, I did not agree with that at all. I thought that was a BS call, and Ohio State got messed over in that one. The roughing the passer, I go along with that one, I guess. But the biggest one was the fumble call, and I feel for OSU fans there, but let's go. NCAA got what they wanted. They wanted Clemson, LSU. They wanted those two kids who can throw the ball a mile. Now they're hoping to see a close game, and I don't think it's going to happen. Redskins just put a field goal on the board. Yes, indeed. They are down only 7. How about that now? Giants, are you in field goal range? Wow. 4th and 4. The Giants go for it. Ooh, the Cowboys fans got to be fuming at that. 4th and 4, the Giants go for it. Did not make it. Eagles get the ball back. Cowboys fans have got to be fuming about that. Like, what the heck are they doing? But, the Cowboys, about 22-yard play there. Oklahoma's wagons need some new wheels. Oklahoma needs a lot. And I think probably in the next week and a half, they're going to need a new coach. Lincoln Riley. It probably would be in Cowboys' best advantage to lose today. Probably would. I don't think them or the Eagles, either one, are going to show anything in the playoffs. And it's too many good teams at the top. So, and Tennessee just scores a touchdown. How about that? Derrick Henry, 1-yard touchdown. And now they're up 28-14. It's all, Pittsburgh can do what they want to. Jacksonville game doesn't matter. Oakland doesn't matter. And Oakland right now is getting beat by Denver, 13-3. 49-yard field goal by McManus. Made that 10-3 game now 13-3 game. 10-point lead, 2 scores. And that's never good. Game of no relevance at all. Rams 17, Cardinals 10. 7:45 left to go in the third quarter there. Pittsburgh-Baltimore game, 6-point game, which really is not going to amount to anything if Tennessee wins. Tennessee's got to lose. There goes Prescott, 15, 20, 25 yards. And he fumbled the ball again. This was the 4th time he laid the ball down today. But I'm sorry, guys. If that's the best plays you got out there is just to go out there and run the ball, he can't. He's just not able to throw the ball down 30 yards. He just can't do it. And, so we'll see. But would I pay him $30 million? Not a chance. Not one chance. Got a man down to the 5-yard line. Looks like the Cowboys are just about ready to score again. The Eagles got the ball back just now on that the idiotic 4th down call by the Giants. And so now they're 2nd and 2 at their own 46, almost at the 50-yard line. I mean, the Giants just gave them a gift. And if I'm a Cowboys fan, I got to be really angry at the Giants about that. Like, why in the world would you not at least punt, at least try a little bit? But nope, they're not even doing that. See, that's what gets to me is when teams just quit. And that's what it's looking like here with the Giants. 4th and 4 in a tie ball game, you punt the ball. Put them down at their own goal line. Okay, show me what you can do. 4th and 4. You go for it to 40. You don't do that. Not in your right mind, you don't anyway. I mean, you may get that one at every 3 times, but 2 of those 3 you don't. Cowboys, they're just about ready to score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Yes, indeed. And it's 26-13 pending the extra point. Could be a 14-point lead for Dallas. Dallas got to be happy about that because right now Philadelphia, they're driving down the field on the Giants, and got a 2nd and 8 at the Giants 36. The Chargers were going for it on 4th down and short all game in Kansas City. Yeah, I just don't. Come on. Don't change the way you play. You may change players, but don't change the way you're going to play. Come on. That's why I hate seeing teams go for 2 points right there at the end when you tied and go to overtime. 3rd and 8 at the Giants 36. That would be a 53-yard field goal in the Meadowlands. It would be very tough. 53. We'll see though. Playing on a turf field, there's a chance. There's a chance you get that extra little bit of a scoot off the turf, I think. And just depending on the wind conditions. It's rainy here in Virginia. I don't anybody in New York area, if you want to tell us a weather report. But if the Giants can stop the Eagles here, they're going to at least have to kick a field goal. Yeah. Wow. 20 for 14 yards, Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert catches the ball, and Carson Wentz threw it, and then he goes right back into no huddle. How about that? No huddle. And, yeah, sometimes, but sometimes those same people are in fold-up mode. So, I don't necessarily agree with you all the way there. It just depends on who's coming out to play what day. I gotta hook this in if I can do it. Uh-oh. Don't mess up my we have to take this out. I can do that, I guess. Down to 4% on my phone. My phone is 4%. Doo-doo-doo. That was me, folks. I was doo-doo-doo. That was me, Mr. Doo-doo-doo. All right. Hope you all have a great New Year's. Really hope so. I'm certainly hoping we will. I don't really do New Year's resolutions so much, but me and the wife just we just wish for the next year to be a little bit better than this year. Eagles. That's right. Eagles put in the end zone, 16-10 against the Giants. 7 yards up in middle. Scott runs the ball. They're down about their 8th running back right now. So we'll see what happens there. Pending the extra point, they make it. Philadelphia 17, Giants 10. So right now, going to the fourth quarters, guys, it looks like if nothing changed, every day's a new day. You're right. Just hoping for every year to be a better year, too, though. So looks like we got the Eagles going to host a playoff game against either Seattle or San Francisco. All right. I'm going to head out of here. You guys tell me who you think's going to win. Seattle, San Francisco. If you want to, put a score up on the board. Let me know who you think is going to win and the score. To put it official, make it all official right here, right now. I think both teams are going to come out very tight. Redskins. Uh-oh. They ran the ball back 92 yards there, down to the 9. Redskins playing with a little bit of pride right now. I can't believe that. Redskins actually playing decent, better than I thought they would. I think both teams come out the first quarter a little bit. I think they're going to come out a little tight. It's going to be a field goal kicking competition early, and then I think the 49ers will eventually get in the end zone a couple of times. 26-23, San Francisco. They don't cover the 3.5 points. You have Seattle to win in the NBC Sports Contest. Sean D. That was Derek Rams, Chiefs fan. He says Seattle. Sean D. picks 49ers 24-14. I can see that. I just think Seattle maybe keep it a little closer than that. We'll see what happens, guys. Giants just put a touchdown on the board. How about that? Giants just get back on the board. How about that? Saquon Barkley just runs the ball 60. How many yards was that? 68 yards? How about that? Runs it all the way back against the Eagles. And 17-17, Eagles and Giants. They can mess everything up for everybody, which I'm fine with that. I don't care if the Eagles host. I don't care if the Cowboys host. I'm just looking forward to the 8:25 game tonight. Go 49ers. I think they will. I think they win and cover. I don't think they cover. I think they win tonight. No Monday night game. Then we'll have a discussion maybe early in the week about all 4 playoff matchups for next weekend. Foxborough, Houston, Dallas or Philadelphia, and New Orleans. Saquon Barkley just ran it, and they are going crazy. They are going crazy in the Meadowlands right now. This is not what the Eagles wanted. 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Redskins right now, what are they looking for? Are they looking for an extra point? Yes. No, they're looking for a field goal. They make it 27-16. But the Cowboys have an 11-point lead where the Eagles are tied. They're deadlocked at 17 right now. I'm telling you, the Giants are dangerous. The Giants are a dangerous team. And Redskins, I think, yep. Rams is tied with Cardinals now. Yeah. And Tennessee's got the ball back. It's looking pretty good for Tennessee going next week. It's all about who's going to go to where next week, the 4 and 5 teams, whether it's Dallas or Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Seattle. San Francisco, Seattle, both teams are in the playoffs. Cowboys and Eagles, one of those teams in the playoffs. The other one has got some explaining to do, Lucy. So, you guys, I'm going to turn you loose for the evening. I still say the Eagles squeak it out. It's going to be good. It's going to get good. Don't get away from your TV screens. That's going to be a good game to watch. But I think the Eagles squeak it out. If they don't, it's hard. It's hard to make a playoff. I mean, win the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Then last year, the way they fell out. And then this year, they've just been terrible. So I don't know. I can't explain it. But Cowboys lose. If they do, coach fired, Lincoln Riley hired. That's what I say happens. Redskins new coach, Ron Rivera. I hope not, but I think that's who's going to be the next Redskins head coach. Could be Marvin Lewis, which would really be bad. I mean, you can't wish that on your worst. You couldn't wish that on your, on the worst, on your worst friend, on your worst enemy, much less your best friend, Mike. Mike. Did I mess up? Who did I say the Oklahoma coach was? Let's see. Oh, I'd love to see. I'd love to see Pittsburgh coach go to Washington. Oh yeah, I'd love to see that happen. Packers, they have a bye next week. They're off next week, so they don't have to play. They've got a week off, so we'll see what happens. Should get pretty good before the. Oh, Ditka. No, I don't think we have to worry about Ditka. 75 years old. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thanks so much for watching my broadcast. I hope you enjoyed the football for the day. The Cardinals. I mean, not the Cardinals. The Eagles and the Cowboys still fighting for that fourth spot. Should get good for the days are with. Have a good one, guys.